Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on live stream music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, hello everybody. I trust you're all well. Please come in. You're very, very welcome. I trust you enjoyed my last video on Swedish band Ace of Base. And through the song Beautiful Life, we looked at the fact that we don't always need to have that next person in our lives for it to be beautiful. It's beautiful right now. So trust you found that one encouraging. Well, we're going to 1969 in the UK. Tony Hillier, a producer and composer, thought, well, I want to get a bunch of guys together to do my songs. And so around 1969, he formed the band Brotherhood of Man. Now you might be thinking, where do I know those guys from? We'll get on to amazing success at these guys. In fact, a huge success, these guys. So Tony thought, well, what I'm going to do? So he auditioned, he got some people together, joining John Goodson, who was a co-composer, Tony Burrows, Roger Greenaway, Sue Glover, and Sonny Leslie got together, and they thought, well, and certainly at the start there, these guys had a bit of success, particularly in the 1970 with the song United We Stand. Now, as I've been doing of late, the description, the links to all these videos in the description below. Below, we've got a live version when there were the 5 of them. You might be thinking, well, Brotherhood of Man only had 4. We'll get onto that in a minute and what happened. So this is a massive, humongously huge, successful song for Brotherhood of Man. Number 13 in the US, number 9 in Canada, and a number 10 in the UK. So very, very important in the scheme of things. And this is how you looked in the 1970s. Well and truly, just remember, it was around the 1970 that the Beatles gave it away. And that just opened up a plethora and an absolutely influx of new bands and new ideas. And we're heading into a bit more of a pop genre at that time, well and truly. So I've got a live version of United We Stand below. It was around that time that Tony Burrows left the band, and that led to a number of lineup changes over the next little while. And Brotherhood of Man, because of that, I think kind of lost their way a little bit with popularity. They had this massive song, but they couldn't follow it up. And so it's a little bit later around that 1974-75 mark that Tony said, hey, I've got to get a stable lineup here. So Martin Lee, Nicky Stevens and Lee Sheridan. And later Sandra Stevens would be added to form the iconic Brotherhood of Man lineup. So iconic that in 1976, again, Tony thought, well, I need to cement these guys into the world psyche. So he entered them in the Eurovision Song Contest. And as it turns out, that particular year, they won the thing. You know, remember ABBA in 1974, 2 Guys, 2 Girls, one with Waterloo. Well, 2 Guys, 2 Girls again. Seems a bit of a formula there. Bucks Fizz, 2 Guys, 2 Girls. Bit of a trend here, we're thinking. So Save Your Kisses for Me, 1976. This is an absolutely massive song, this one. Apart from winning Eurovision for that particular year, it went to number 1 in many countries and is still the highest selling Eurovision winner of all time, even above Waterloo from ABBA. So that's actually saying something right there. So let's just look at this song for a little minute. Save your kisses for me, save all your kisses, bye bye baby, goodbye. Those 2 lines you might think, well, this guy's going away for a while and he's not coming back, but just, you know, hang on for me. Nah, it's not about that, because then the song goes to talk about, hey, it's only for a day. I've got to go to work each day. Back in those days, you know, the guy went to the work and the girl stayed home. I'm going to be back tonight and I can't wait to see you. So let's just hang on to judgment here. It's not about I'm leaving you and I might come back. It's, hey, I can't wait to see you in about 8 hours' time. How cool is that? I'm just going to stick on this particular theme for a second, because I've got links to this song two times below. Now we've got the 1976 Eurovision version. Let's just say it's a bit cringy to watch, guys. I'm really, really sorry about that, okay? I think we've just got to realise this is what you did in the 1970s. But let's just look at that first clip for a second. Isn't this what love is like at the start? Happy, joyful, dancing, just really, really chirpy and all the rest of it. Back when I did ABBA many videos ago now, and Money, Honey, Honey, and how they were in that particular clip, that's what it was like at the start. Very happy. Life is just beautiful and wonderful and bright and the rest of it. And this is well and truly what this version of 1976 captures, the newness of love. We then tweak forward to 2015 to a Eurovision Greatest Hits show, and they got them back. Would you believe? A little bit older here, obviously, but you know, still singing, still not dancing quite as much. They've got the suits on. This time there's an orchestra behind them, so we've got an absolutely live version of this one. And you know, and they absolutely nailed this performance. And this is kind of what happens to love. It deepens, it gets a bit classy. You end up having orchestras behind you and the whole rest of it. So I love the concept and the transition of these two songs. It's a bit of a thing about relationships and how, if they're done right, they do deepen into something quite beautiful and everlasting, which this song has absolutely been. But let's go back to the song lyrics for a second. No, it's not about a guy leaving and not coming back for a while, nor is it about a guy going to work and coming back to his baby at night. The last few words of the song, although you're only 3. One of the biggest twists in songwriting of all time right here. He's not singing to his sweetheart, he's singing to his daughter. Bye-bye, baby, bye-bye. I'll be back in a while. And so it's a bit of a twist of the lyrics here. And there's something nice about that endearment of love, that endearment of father to daughter. I'm assuming it's the father-daughter in this case. And I can't wait to see you later on. Such a beautiful twist to this song. And it really just takes you completely by surprise that it's not about anything that you think this song's about, until you get to those final few words. And so that's why there's playfulness around, particularly the first version, that it's like a parent dancing and waving goodbye to the kid. And we got to remember that we not only love our partners, we also love our children. And if it involves playfulness, well, it involves playfulness, because that's how kids get to know their parents, by them reacting and relating to them. Quite often I see parents taking their kids for walks and they've got their earphones in and they're not looking at their phones. Hey, right from when the kid is born, they are watching you and they're waiting for you to connect with them. So, hey, let's put our phones down when we relate to our kids, because when our kids need us to respond as their parents. Think about a baby born in the last 2 years with masks. It's been pretty challenging, because you don't get the smiles and all the rest that you get. So let's give our children our undivided attention, as this song absolutely does. So trust, if you're a parent or a new love, whatever it is, or a deepening of love, I think we can talk about all those things with this song today. Save your kisses only for me. How beautiful is that? Move forward to 1977. Oh boy, the mood I'm in. I did know this was a Brotherhood of Man song. This is one of these other songs that, you know, it's got a pretty amazing, you know, pre-chorus, and the chorus is pretty cool in this song. And here the girls have taken a bit more of a front line in this pace. It came from the album Oh Boy from 1977. We've got a studio version of that one. So between 1970 and 2002, 32-year career for their albums at least. They did announce their retirement in 2022. So that's over 50 years of career right there. Towards the end, they were doing more the cabaret circuit. You know, Brotherhood of Man came. You know, it was a pretty cool thing. You're waiting for them to sing the song. That's all they needed to do. And they just made the audience love them ever since. 16 studio albums. 2 compilation albums, 31 singles and 12 B-sides. So they spent a total of 98 weeks in the UK singles charts and 42 weeks in the album charts. So very significant in the scheme of things. They've sold 15 million albums. So not one-hit wonders, these guys. They absolutely did have a bit of career that spanned over 50 years. And enabled them to get a worldwide following. Absolutely. So good on you. Who do we have? Martin, Nikki, Lee and Sandra. is a mainstay of these guys, but at the start, certainly Tony, Roger, Sue, Sonny and John. Good on you, all of you guys, for bringing this act to the world. Congratulations on the Eurovision success, absolutely, and thank you for bringing just that joy to our lives and one of the biggest lyric twists of all time. God bless you, Tony Hillier, for that one. So the links to those, how many we've got? We've got 1, 2, 3 clips are in the description below, actually 4 clips I should say, and my video from Ace of Base is there from last time for you to have a look at if you would wish. Well, if you've come back for another one, or this is your first time, the Life Reflections in Music, thank you to everyone for coming back or hanging around to the end. That's it for today. Next time we're going to go on to the Brotherhood of Man. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.